ladies and gentlemen, the Regional Director of DOST 11 and the incoming DOST Undersecretary for Regional Operations, my good friend and colleague, Dr. Anthony Sales.
Thank you so much, Director Ninette, for the kind introduction. Allow me first to acknowledge our friends at the stage. First, we have Congressman Paulino Salvador Liachon, represented here by Board Member Jojo Perez. Congressman Reynaldo Umali of Oriental Mindoro. Umalis na siya, no? Our Provincial Administrator, Attorney Nelson Melgar. Our Vice Governor Bons Dolor, who is represented here by Miss Nenita Dalupan. Mayor Arman Panaligan, represented earlier by Miss Marilyn Manigbas, our City Education Head. Mayor Roberto Madla of Marinduque. To our colleagues from other government agencies, Attorney Alvin Villamor of the Department of Labor and Employment, and Assistant Regional Director Bernardino Atienza Jr. of the National Economic and Development Authority. To the presidents of the state universities and colleges, we have here Dr. Jesse. And an era with more economic opportunities through the use of emerging technologies with the aid of science. While we trust that we as an agency have been able to drive progress in these areas, we also recognize that simply developing technologies isn't enough. Yes, new technologies and their accompanying know-hows, they exist. But more than that, these technologies need to work and must be put into practice. We need to ensure that these technologies do not just remain on the shelf, but rather make their way to those who need it most, the people at the grassroots. DOST must guarantee that its technological advances discover its way or their way to the intended beneficiaries. Now, we are moving forward towards a more sustainable path. I am very proud that we have programs in DOST tackling most, if not all, of the Sustainable Development Goals. Just for everybody's information, the Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, are composed of 17 initiatives, a continuation of the MDGs, which aim to address critical issues in the national scene. DOST's flagship program, which is the Small Enterprise Technology Upgrading Program, also known as SETUP, answers to one of the SDGs, which is to promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. SETUP strengthens our micro, small, and medium enterprises by providing them innovative, cost-effective, and appropriate technologies for enterprise development. Building resilient infrastructure, promoting inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and fostering innovation is also one of the goals we must achieve towards a sustainable and inclusive society. As one of the pioneers in this program, I am very much passionate about this initiative. We at DOST have established and are still establishing food innovation centers, as earlier mentioned by Director Abilay, or FICs in the regions, to help increase food production, to meet demands and develop new-to-the-world products that would be globally competitive. MIMAROPA is among the first 6 regions that have already established a food innovation center. It is gratifying to hear that product development and testing is now ongoing, and can't wait to taste the vacuum-fried banana and vacuum-fried sitaw you recently developed. Further, the complementary baby food production facility, which is found in Palawan, is also one of the infrastructures essential in realizing a healthy populace for resilient communities. Also, one of the goals, the most important I would say, is to slash poverty in all forms everywhere. The Community Empowerment through Science and Technology Program, or CEST, tackles that. CEST targets to empower communities living in underprivileged areas through science and technology interventions. Here in Oriental Mindoro, we have two CEST areas, Bulalakaw and Mansalay, while in the other provinces, we have Dumaran in Palawan and Corcuera in Romblon. DOST-developed technologies are being provided in the CEST areas around MIMAROPA, such as the complementary baby foods, ceramic water filter, and RX box and ihatid, which is anchored on other sustainable development goals, such as improved nutrition and zero hunger, clean water and sanitation, and good health and well-being, respectively. The agency also invests in human resources and capacity building. We believe that a highly skilled and globally competitive workforce is a key driver of economic growth. DOST offers scholarship programs wherein awardees are given access to quality education in state universities and colleges and premier public and private institutions. They are provided the privilege to pursue 4- or 5-year college degrees in priority science and technology fields. The scholarship program will increase knowledge creation, especially in the regions, and will pave the way to economic success. Earlier, Congressman Umali asked about additional plantilla positions for MIMAROPA, and I told him that we're now working on the second batch of plantilla positions that we will request from DBM to be provided to all the regional offices of DOST. So at the average, we will be providing at least 10 additional plantilla positions to each region of DOST. It came as a bolt from the blue for me and for most of the people in my DOST family that this year's National Science and Technology Week will